Welcome back, everybody. xSynistr here with another Call of Duty Black Ops breakdown. So, as many of you know, I often try to compare my gameplay with some of the gameplay from the best players in the game. And in doing so, recently I've noticed how low that I tend to keep my head or line of sight in this game. To emphasize this, during this video, what I've done is I've included a square reticle. Now, when I move through the map, for whatever reason, I tend to keep this square reticle, the top of it, even with the line of horizon, which is the point at which the simulated ground meets the simulated sky in this game. Whereas the better players in the game, the top scores per minute players, tend to keep the bottom of this square on that horizon line. Yes, I know, subtle difference, right? Well, if you think about it, first off, small distances of line of sight in this game actually equal large distances in the horizon, but they also increase the amount of time it takes for me to engage an opponent. My first movement actually has to be up before it's horizontal and snapping onto an opponent. Now, in this game, time is costly. Taking longer to engage an opponent can oftentimes lead to your death or failure during an engagement. The better players are more efficient, and they achieve better efficiency, one, by adjusting their line of sight to be higher in the game. So if you compare my gameplay to that of Qwiker than you, which you'll see how much higher he keeps his line of sight in the game. What he does is his line of sight is higher. Now, that works for him for several reasons. First off, he only has to make horizontal movements, but it also engages the multipliers in this game. The higher you hit an opponent with your rounds during an engagement, the more the multipliers kick in. The more chance there is for a head or neck shot, which is an increased multiplier than the lower leg shots. So in an engagement, by keeping your line of sight higher, you're going to reduce the time it takes to snap to an opponent. You're potentially going to add a multiplier to the damage your bullets have. So these are all positives. So why do we run with our head down? I don't know. But watch your gameplay. If you're losing gunfights that you should be winning, the first thing you want to consider is where your line of sight is. Are you looking at the ground in front of you as if you're going to fall down in the game? Which you don't unless you're trying to. So raise your eyes. Raise your line of sight. Let's watch Qwiker than you. Notice how much higher he keeps his line of sight. He's keeping the bottom of this center reticle that I've included on that horizon line. And at the end of this video, Dying Soldier. In the firing range, you're going to notice how he moves through the map, and his eyes are much higher than when you watch my gameplay. So, to improve your game, to increase efficiency during an engagement, to engage the multipliers that are provided for you to be successful in the game, look up. Look higher. Don't be so willing to look at the ground as you run through a map. Keep your head up, and you'll probably win more gunfights in this game. Okay, quick tip. xSynistr here. Thanks again for joining me, and until next time, I'll catch you in Xbox Live.